Hello, my name is Dr. Yaya Sissoko, Professor of Economics, Department of Finance and Economics at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 12, Unemployment. This video is about unemployment in the United States. Let's begin the lecture with the history of unemployment in the United States. Although the unemployment rate in the United States drifted upward between 1960s and 1990s, the economic expansion of the 1990s reduced the unemployment rate substantially. Unemployment peaked at 9.6% by 2010 following the deterioration of economic conditions in 2008. Recent unemployment rate in the US have exceeded unemployment rate in Germany and France. Chapter 1 talk about the total population, the labor force, employment, unemployment in the US in 2018. The numbers are in million. So of the total population of 327.2 million in the US in 2018, 162.1 million were in the labor force. Of this number, 155.8 million were employed, meaning they either were working full-time or part-time, and 6.3 million were unemployed, meaning that they were not working, but they were looking for one. Therefore, the unemployment rate in the US, to compute the unemployment rate in the US in 2018, you take so the 6.3 million, the number of people who are unemployed, divided by the labor force, which is 162.1, and you multiply by 100 to have the result in percent. So this number, the result unemployment rate was 3.9% in 2018, meaning that about 3.9% of the labor force were looking for a job in 2018. Of this number, you can also compute the labor force participation rate and the employment population ratio. To compute that, you need to compute first of all the non-institutionalized population. The non-institutional population equal to the total population, which is 327.2 million. This subtract so the people under 16, the kids, and also the people in the prison, so people so in the hospital, and 69.4 million. So you get 257.8 million. So once you compute the non-institutionalized population, then you're ready to compute the labor force participation rate. The labor force participation rate equal to the labor force, which is 162.1 million, divided by the population, the non-institutional population, which is 257.8 million. 257.8 million, and you multiply the result by 100 to have in percent. Okay, so then you get about 62.9%. 62.9%. What's the meaning of 62.9%? This means that so 62.9% of the non-institutionalized population were either working or looking for a job in 2018. Also, from this number, you can also compute the employment population ratio. The employment population ratio equal to the number of people who are employed divided by the non-institutional population. So this is equal to 155.8 million divided by the non-institutional population, 257.8 million. 257.8 million. Of course, you multiply the result always by 100 to convert the result from decimal to percentage. So here you get 60.4%. What's the meaning of 60.4%? In 2018, about 60.4% of the population, the non-institutional population, were actively engaged in the economy in producing. So you can see this number is a little bit less than the 62%, 62.9% from the labor force, because the labor force participation include also the people who are unemployed, not working but looking for a job. Whereas this one, employment population ratio, include only the number of people who are actually working either full-time or part-time. Figure 2 display the unemployment in the US from 1900 to 2017. So we can see that figure 2 show the historical trend in the US unemployment from 1900 all the way up to 2017. We can see that so the unemployment rate changes dramatically over time with ups and downs, from a peak of 25% in 1933 during the Great Depression to lows of 1% in 1906 or 1944 at the end of World War II. So we can see that the unemployment rate never reached 0% because of frictional unemployment. We'll define frictional unemployment in the next video, which is about the types of unemployment. Figure 3 talk about the labor force participation rate in the US for men and women from 1954 to 2021. So we can see that overall the labor force participation of men, this one, this line here is greater than labor force participation rate for women over time, but this number for the labor force participation rate for men started at about 85% in 1954 and gradually decreases to 68% in 2021. On the other hand, women participation gradually increasing from a low of 37% in 1954 to now about 58%, and stabilize in 2021 to 58% in 2021. And then one of the reasons so women have lower participation rate than men is because in the US women enter the labor force late, and then also they go to school, and then they get married, so they have to take some maternity leave, so they have to leave the labor force. So in some of these cases. Figure 4 show the labor force participation rate for white men versus black men from 1954 to 2021. So this figure confirm, so the trend from the first one, figure 3, which said that the participation rate for men was decreasing over time, for both here. This is confirmed, the one for men, white men and white women, but the participation rate for white men is greater than the participation rate for black men. Figure 5 display the labor force participation rate in the US for white women versus black women from 1954 to 2021. So figure 5 also confirm, so the finding of figure 2 would say that the participation rate for women in the US has been gradually going up, so increasing over time, but we can see that the participation rate of black women is greater than the participation rate of white women, and this kind of stabilize around 60%, 61%, 60% for black women, and then around 57% for white women. Figure 6 display the employment population ratio in the US for men versus women from 1950 to 2021. The figure 6, confirmed the finding from previous figure that the employment ratio of men has been gradually decreasing from 1954, or so at a high of 80.1% to now a low of about 67% in 2021. On the other hand, the employment population ratio for women has been going up from a low of 31% in 1954, and gradually going up, or now stabilizing around 50, 55, 50, about 51% in 2021. Figure 10 displayed the US unemployment rate by education and attainment from 1970 to 2017. So figure 10 illustrates one key feature of unemployment rate in the US. The unemployment rate is much higher for less educated worker, high school dropout, as compared to more educated worker, college graduate. So in 2017, the unemployment rate for college graduate was only 2.3%, as compared to 4.6% to high school graduate and 6.5% for high school dropout. So this figure also display the unemployment gap, between more educated worker and which is college, so graduate, to less educated worker, high school dropout, and then in this gap was about 10 point percentage between high school dropout and college graduate. But by the end of 2017, the gap narrowed between these two, the gap narrowed to only 4.2%. Figure 11 displays the global perspective comparative unemployment rate, so among France, Canada, United States, Germany, and in Japan from 1955 to 2018. So unemployment rate vary greatly among nations of the world over a specific period. So you can see that the unemployment rate for France in 2018 was higher than the one for Canada, which also was higher than the one of the United States, which was higher than the unemployment rate in Germany, and the unemployment in Germany was also higher than the unemployment rate in Japan in 2018. The reason for so these differences is that these nations have different natural rate of unemployment and maybe in different phases of their business cycle. This is the end of the video about unemployment in the US. Next time we'll talk about so the types of unemployment. Thank you.